Hello, YouTube. Hi there. I am the Winter Owl. Sometimes I call myself White Owl. Sometimes I call myself Matt. That's kind of like my real name. You call me any one of those. I will respond to any of them. This is Let's Fly Kerbal Space Program. This is the Crazy Ideas edition. Yeah, we abandoned the Let's Fly Kerbal Space Program science as it wasn't going in an interesting direction. I've got some crazy ideas bouncing around inside of my head that I really, really want to get to. You know, what makes an interesting KSP series, in my opinion, just based on the success of my very first Kerbal Space Program series, which was like 2 years ago, you have to give yourself an absurd restriction. The very, very first Kerbal Space Program series that I ever put together. Let me see, how do I want to do this? Let's think on this. Let's get let's start off with one of these. The very, very first one that I ever did, I just had the idea that it would be... I gave myself an absurd restriction in that my Kerbals were not allowed to use parachutes ever for any reason. I was pretending that they didn't invent parachutes, and that series that ended up being a whole lot of fun. However, you can't go back. Can't have the same thing again. We're not doing exactly that same thing. We're going to go and do something. Ooh, I hadn't even seen this part before. Ooh. I'm not even certain which mod part, which one did that come with? Oh, that comes from the Infernal Robotics. Okay, cool. I just interrupted myself. I got some new toys to play with in here. Okay, restriction the first. I'm starting this out, and you see that I am not getting one of these pods, one of these capsules. The reason I'm not doing that is because in this save file, my Kerbals are claustrophobic. They're intensely claustrophobic. I would say that they're like to a fatal extent. They cannot ever be confined inside of any kind of enclosed space. My Kerbals will always be in EVA. If they're going to be take flight on a vehicle, they will either be hanging on a ladder or they're going to be sitting in one of these things. And this goes for flight within the atmosphere, flight within an outer space, everything. My Kerbals are never allowed to be inside of any of these capsules over here, these pods and things. Matter of fact, I should probably go and just, I'm comfortable modding my stuff. I should probably just go and remove all of these from my save file. Remove the temptation. Okay, so that's the first restriction. So I need to figure out a way. And by the way, I am running Ferrum's Aerospace Research, which gives you the realistic aerodynamics. I'm also running Deadly Reentry. Gives you heat and pressure and everything upon reentry. So this is going to be an interesting engineering challenge. How to do this? Because this is going to be extremely unaerodynamic. Just having this bare seat out there with a Kerbal strapped into it. I'm looking forward to it. So that is the first restriction. The second restriction that I'm going to do, you see that I immediately came over here to the spaceplane hangar. I did not go to the vehicle assembly building. The reason for that is because the second restriction, which I'm talking about, is something that I've done in the past, back like a year ago, whenever I was actually doing some live streaming back when I could. I miss live streaming. Yeah, beside the point. I've got an idea how to do this. The second restriction, I can't believe I'm going to do two in one series. Anyway, is that my Kerbals, they're not so bright. They have never figured out that an efficient way to launch something into outer space is to stand the vehicle on end, pointed at the sky, launch straight upward. My Kerbals never figured that out. They don't know how to do that. So instead, let's see, that thing's hanging out too low. Instead, every single launch has to take off from the runway. It has to take off horizontally from the runway, like an airplane. This is an absurd restriction. I know exactly how absurd it is, but I also know that it can work because we did do something like this once long ago. Yeah, we did a few test runs and we stopped for. I don't remember the reasons why we stopped. Yeah. I think basically we stopped just because I had to stop live streaming because my situation changed. I couldn't do that. So here we go. Right now I'm experimenting. I want to get a way to, I want to see if there's a way, if I put a seat here, and then if I have a kerbal on there, will this be, let's say if we have the heat shield, will this, which was the 1.25 meter, the same as these guys, will this be enough to protect him during re-entry? I need to test this out. Here we go. Let's just it's still a work in progress, but this is a kerbal pod. There we go. Save that one. Okay, there'll be some off-screen video editing magic. I suppose I shouldn't actually mention it, but yeah. Anyway, we have to load a kerbal into the scene first. So let's do that. Okay, here's our one kerbal pod. See, I gave it a reaction wheel and a battery because if we're gonna, kerbal's going to be controlling it from here. See, kerbals don't have reaction wheels and batteries built into themselves the way various other pods do. So where we have our first volunteer over here, Lewis James Lewis. I suppose we'll switch to him. Lewis James Lewis, get up there. We need you to test this vehicle and see if it is a viable means of a kerbal taking control of stuff. Here we go. All right. Okay. Board. Okay. So he is all happily strapped in place. Now, resources. Let me see if we. And it looks like. See, if you imagine if this thing is the same diameter as a heat shield, that looks like, say, if he's re-entering, back first, then it looks like a heat shield will actually protect him. And let me see, if we roll, it looks like we should avoid banging his head if he rolls. Yeah, there you go. Whoops. Oh, sorry. Well, he did most. I think that was actually, we kind of pitched just a little bit. Lewis, you okay, man? Lewis, you all right? Yeah, Lewis, he's the dude. Let me see. There's another thing I need to test while I'm here, if this will work. I know. Here, let's do a thing. Let's actually here. Yeah, turn this pack on. Why is pack fuel remaining at 100%? Come on, guys. There we go. I was just hitting the wrong button. I forgot what the right button was. I just want to do a test because I think that if a kerbal if a kerbal, if he uses some of his EVA pack, RCS fuel, and then he gets back in the seat, I think that's like getting back into a pod, so he should be able to refill his seat, right? Here, let's board this thing. Good. You click on sale. What is... Oh, pack fuel 94.4%. No, it does not. Now, this could be interesting. This is another aspect of the challenge of doing this absurd restriction. Okay. So my kerbals, just because of this design decision, my kerbals no longer have infinite RCS pack fuel. Is that one aspect of the kerbal attachment system? Are they able to refuel that? In any case, they're not able to refuel it now. All right, cool. No, not. We want to revert flight. Yeah, revert. Revert back to the space plane hangar. Thank you. Okay. So this, just the general bones of it is, it looks like it's a viable shape. But I also, in case I want to stack things in front, like say a parachute or a nose, or a nose cones, just something to make it slightly more aerodynamic in front of them. I can't put it down here. It needs to be up in front. But I think I have an idea about how to do that. I think I do. Let's do it this way. Let's duplicate that, snap that off of there, and now we'll see, we'll remove this piece, remove this piece, good, grab this, rotate it around like that. Okay, so now, yeah, that should be a perfectly straight line, and I would be able to put things in front, right? See, my claustrophobic kerbals, they are... Let me see, is that really lined up? Yeah. Yeah, it is. They're okay with having something in front of them. They're okay with having stuff behind them. They just can't have, you know, they can't have walls around them. They can't have, you know, this thing can't be closed in. So what I'm anticipating is there's going to be some difficulty whenever we take this thing to some higher speeds. We also probably need to put some reinforcements, some struts and stuff on this thing. Okay, yeah, that should be strong enough for our needs, shouldn't it? Oh, that definitely should work. We should do one more test to see, make certain that he can get in there, right? Yeah, we should. Yeah, save that. Yeah, let's test that one more time. Okay, here's our new and improved one kerbal pod with an aerodynamic nose cone in front. Let's see, let's go over to one of our kerbals over here. Who is this? Who are you? Lewis, James Lewis. Who's this other guy? Kerman Freeman. Yeah, but we're still got Lewis, James Lewis. Get up there, dudes. Kerbals look funny when they try to run. I just want to see that this configuration of the pod will work. Okay, I'm going to click on that. Yes, board. Good. I want to make certain that none of these struts are actually colliding, clipping with them. No, he's got good helmet clearance and everything. Whee! Yeah. The reaction wheel isn't strapped to the other two incredibly tightly. Maybe that's something that needs fixed. But then it's a kind of an unusual situation for it to be rolling around on the ground anyway. Thud, thud, bang. Okay, cool. This works. This works. I wish I had like a transparent piece. I suppose maybe I could do like a smaller kind of aerodynamic nose cone in front. That may work. Anyway, the next thing that I want to do, let's recover this vessel, thank you, is I want to make this into an airplane. And we're going to test out the aerodynamic properties of having the whole cockpit open like this at some higher speeds. You know, especially if we start man, sometimes I can't speak. Especially if we're going to plan on getting this thing, you know, up to, you know, hypersonic speeds. We really need to figure out how it's going to react. Okay, there's the one kerbal pod. So, let's see. Next thing I need, let's go with structural piece. We need, yeah, structural fuselage. Yeah, there we go. Give ourselves a couple of these. We're just going to make kind of a standard aerial plane. And one of those, probably we need just one can of fuel. Because I'm thinking we're going to make this like a twin engine kind of thing. So the engines to either side. Now, see, that's too low. Yeah, I should just leave it like there. Yeah, his head will poke up. He can see over the front of that. Give him some extra brain power back there. Good. Alright, that's cool. Let me see. We want some landing gear on the bottom. The good old stock landing gear. Gearbase small, right? Yeah. I don't know. It could work, couldn't it? It might. Okay, so let me see. Do we want to just stick the wings? I think I want to... Actually, no. I think we'll go with our engines like stuck up on the side kind of thing, and yeah, we'll go with a low wing design and engines on the side. That's the plan. That's the plan. Okay. Engine intake. Yeah, here we go. These guys. Let's do a ram air intake. Go with one of those. We want our center mass to be right in the middle of that fuel tank. That looks more reasonable. Mirror, I said. Come on. There we go. Okay, that looks much more reasonable. Yeah, so you keep the center of mass right in the middle of the fuel supply. That way, we don't have to worry about the center of mass shifting as the fuel drains. It'll always be centered right there. Just the vehicle will get lighter. Okay, that's cool. Let's go ahead. Let's hang some wings on it, huh? And you know me, I'm gonna have to do the procedural wings. Put the wings back here, son. Could be kind of tricky doing this. You actually need to. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's. Oops, I didn't mean to flip the whole thing over. Take that off of there like that. Attach that on there like that. Lengthen the tail. Yeah, one of these guys. Okay, it's looking more reasonable. Lengthen the tail one more notch. Let's try it. Means moving, okay, turn mirroring on. It means moving these guys again, moving them up some. Yeah, okay, that should work. But now we'd be able to put a whole bunch of wing back here. Do I want to... I don't know, I could make these things even longer, the engines. And that moves it back there. Except no, I really don't want to do it that way. Let's experiment with going very short. Will that look just really hideously ugly if we do it this way? Or will it be okay? What we need is like a bunch more mass up front is really what we need in order for this to work. Put the engines in back. Suppose I could just go ahead and add more weight to it. Let me see, what do we have utility? We have these, no, in science, we have these test weights, right? Yeah, these guys. Check this out. 5, no, let's go with 2. I didn't realize what these things were just quite such garish colors, but that's okay. They'll work, you know? Oh, I think I like that. Let's actually take it down to 1. Take these things. Come on, would you just hang on there? Yeah, that's kind of working okay, isn't it? I think I like that. Yeah, and we'll do kind of a T-tail back there, but first let's get these wings. Okay, we'll start them like right about here. Grow the tip, grow the root out, I mean. We're going for, you know, kind of a gull wing type shape, you know. Let's take a look at that center of lift. Yeah, we're going to be moving the center of lift backwards. Really pull these things back some. So there's our center of lift right dead center, but we actually want our center of lift to be somewhat back. So let's pull this, the root piece. And we can pull it back here like this. tip some. Yeah, that seems to be working, doesn't it? Kind of ugly. Maybe I should try to look at moving the engines off there and down into the wings. That's actually, yeah, that's a better idea. Let's do that. That way we won't have to do such a dramatic dehedral on them. Actually, hang on, we can probably just hang them just straight off the sides. We don't need anhedral or dehedral at this point. Okay, now we'll come with these. Give it a single notch of dehedral like that. I think we're still going to go with the T-tail. Alright, so let's take a look at... here we go. We need control surfaces, right? Standard control surfaces. We'll go like that. That'll work. I think we probably not even going to bother with anything with flaps on this design. Okay, let's hang some landing gear on it. We can put these back here so that whenever it rotates, you'll be able to kind of rotate around. The wheels act as a pivot point that the vehicle rotates around. Yeah, okay. That looks fairly decent. Okay, now we need a tail. Actually, leave that tip fairly large. Not too large, but since we're adding a T-tail to it, it doesn't need to vanish down to a point. Yeah, I'm not... See, we're running this mod that I haven't really played around with yet. Ferrum, the same guy who did Ferrum's Airspace Research, done this thing where he supposedly strengthened all the connections, where we don't need so many struts. So I'm going... I don't know, this is the first time experimenting with that mod. Let's actually try it without struts and find out how things work, you know? Okay, static. Let me see, I like to change this one to 45 degrees. Sweep angle attack, see if anything really bad happens. No, that's all okay. Huh? Save, sweep, go to Mach 2. What does this do? Okay, some weird things happen. Oh, did I sweep? I swept angle attack instead of Mach. That's probably kind of bad, isn't it? I don't know, maybe we'll make it work. Oh, we don't have a rudder on the thing. It needs a rudder, doesn't it? 2 meter control surface. 2 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter. Not way far. You're kind of in my face at the moment. Turn that mirroring off. Yeah, that's enough rudder. That's enough rudder. Alright, good. Here. Sweep Mach again. Okay, control surfaces. Standard control surfaces. These are my ailerons. They control roll. Let me see. We'll give it... This thing always estimates high the first time before we launch the thing. So we'll call it... We'll give it 25 degrees. Good. Winglet large. These are my elevators. So those are pitch. Yeah, we'll call it 35 degrees. 2 meter control surface, that's my rudder, that's yaw. Call that one like 25. Okay, let me see, when are we gonna... Man, I don't have any clever name for it at the moment. It's plain one. What happened? No. Plain one, here we go. The new regime. Okay, there's our vehicle, which cannot be controlled. So let's switch over to a kerbal. I lost track already. Who is this? Kerman Freeman. Good to see you, Kerman. Get up there. Let's see. You were going to be our first test pilot of this new regime. And this is, for me, somewhat uniquely, I'm really uncertain of how this vehicle is going to handle. I really should have set the parking brake. Come on, Kerman. Get up there. Get up there. Let's see if I can click on the chair. Oh, come on. This could be a problem, guys. I see a glitch in the plan immediately. Maybe he needs a ladder. He needs something he can grab. Oh, man, I saw a board. No, don't get run with me. He's got to flat out run over. Come on, Kermit. Catch the damn plane, man. Where are you? I can't even see you. Oh, it's rolling faster, too. Come on, man. You can do it. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Come on, man. You can do it. See if we get up here close enough. We'll try and get him to... Oh, we're starting to veer off the runway. You see this? Can I click on this thing? Can I click on the seat? No damage. No, it's rolling faster than he's running. And it's hard to... You can't control him whenever you're changing the camera angles and stuff. Can I switch back to the vehicle and set the parking brake? I think probably not. As there's, we can't be controlled. Okay, switch back to Kerman Freeman. He's just going to chase. I mean, it's about to roll off the runway, and he'll be able to handle it then. It should have respectable off-field capabilities, right? Yeah, sure. I mean, why wouldn't it? Catch the airplane, man. Catch it. Oh, man. Oh, I'm just realizing. I wonder, sometimes these wings don't transmit fuel as well as you would want them to. I'm wondering if maybe... Oh, wait, hang on. Let's go back to regular time while that's happening. Oh, no, it's stable. I'm wondering if maybe... Oh, wow, look at that thing go. Is it going to stop? It doesn't appear to be stopping. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe the fuel may not be able to transmit through to it. It's going to go up there. It's going to stop. Okay, we're catching up to it now. There we go. This will work. Kermit's getting his exercise. Yeah, okay. So the new experimental program of the totally exposed cockpit seats and everything. Open cockpit version. I suppose maybe that could even be a name for the... Wow, that could be a name for the series instead of crazy, crazy idea. It could be just open cockpit. I think I like that a lot better. Anyway, we're off to a great start. All right, get up there. Get in that seat, dude. Yeah, board. Boom. All right, there we are. Okay. Control from here. Thank you. I'm so happy about this. It's already working beautifully. Okay, I got my joystick over here. I'm going to get that set up so we can fly with that one. Control check. There's our rural... wait a second. Oh, I was just being sloppy with it. Wow, look at how dramatically far that thing... Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Here's our yaw. Alright, precision control is on. Let's move up these resources. Oh, okay, yes, we are getting fuel. It is transmitting fuel. Isn't that nice? And yeah, other than our open cockpit, no other struts on this vehicle. So let's see how it deals with it. Let's go to this surface. There we go. Don't need orbital. Throttle up. And let's try it. Oh wow, it's already that nose wanting to pop up just because of that, whoops, a little bit of trim, tiny little bit of trim that I built into that tail. It may actually be too much. Yeah, I actually need to trim forward a little bit. Do I see things wobbling around here? I thought I saw some. Oh, it's our engineer piece is really freaking out. It is not happy there. That's something to keep in mind. Do I want to try and go for some... Where's my FAR? Oh, this is something... Is shielded false. why don't I have my FAR info box up here? Oh, this is another... This is something else to think about, that I don't have the info box that tells you about FAR. Oh, okay, no, this needs struts. Look at how some of this is wobbling. Okay, I see a few things that need to be corrected. Let's try and just take it back for a nice, gentle landing. Turn around. And this part is working. See, I don't even know what Mach number I have or anything. That's kind of important for some of this stuff. So yes, it does need some struts. Even with the new mod that stiffens up the connections, it still needs some struts to take a bunch of this wobble out. We need to do something different with the Kerbal Engineer piece. And I think maybe a solution to there not being any FAR module in here. I think there's two different ways I could do that. One in-game would be to add like an unmanned control capsule pod thing. Probe core, that's the word I'm looking for. Wow, very sensitive in pitch and trim. A second way out of game is I could probably mod that command seat to give it an FAR module. Pull back some. Let's actually go ahead and stick that gear out. I just want to see a nice, gentle landing. Yeah, this vehicle's too floppy for our uses, you know? Let's see, surface. I don't want this. I want my equivalent airspeed, and I can't get it because I don't have my FAR stuff. We'll just have kind of judge airspeed based on how it handles, you know? And still plenty of pitch response. So I think, yeah, we still have plenty of airspeed. Okay, Kerman. First flight in the new series. I want to see a successful landing. I don't want you to be the first Kerbal lost. I mean, I know we're doing. Eventually, we're going to lose Kerbals. I just don't want it to be you. Okay. Up the nose, gently down. Hit some brakes. Fairly gratifying. Nice, gentle landing. Almost like I knew what I was doing. All right, cool. Good. Okay. Recover. Yeah, recover vessel. Here we go. We'll do it this way. Okay, let's go to the medium size. Do not give it. I mean, the other one I gave it one notch of trim. Let's not do that. Let's just make it totally flat. Okay. Let me see. If this piece isn't wanting to cooperate. Hello? That was interesting. The symmetry was kind of... but we have this other piece. Maybe this one will work better? It looks kind of cooler. I kind of like that one anyway. It looks like a flight data recorder. It's got extra widgets and greeblies, you know? You know, if you're doing any kind of science fiction type stuff, you gotta love your widgets and greeblies. I wonder, could we get away with doing this? Say we get, what's a very small one? Yeah, like that. And then we'll say we'll control it from there. And that, in doing that, if we control from here, that should give us our FAR information whenever it's in flight. Let's strut it all the way back to here. Strut that down like that. So that'll generate some stiffness throughout the whole thing, you know? Yeah, okay. May look slightly funky, but I believe it'll work. Okay, and this, and also putting that on there, it adds a little bit of weight to the nose. It will give us the ability to control the vehicle. You know, in an emergency, should we lose our Kerbal? We'll try not to use it. I think that maybe, or we may actually pretend that that isn't there, but it is there for useful purposes. Okay. Plane 1-Bravo. It needs a better name than that. I'm not certain what it should be, though. It's too simple. It doesn't really need any kind of glorious name. It's just a really basic test bird, whatever. Here, maybe I'll just call it that. This is test bird 01-Bravo. There we go. -Bravo. Come on. Capitalize it. Come on. There we go. Sometimes my keyboard argues with me. Save that. Good. Okay, here we are. Test bird loads in, and now because I have this probe core on there, hey, I can set the parking brakes. Hey, I have my FAR info. Isn't that just all wonderful? Let's do that. Okay, and that's going to stay put. Let's switch over to our pilot. Who is our pilot anyway? Who is Lewis? James Lewis is back. Yeah. There we go. Lewis, go get your airplane. Click on this one. Board. Good. Yeah, he just magically teleports up there. Yeah, look how unaerodynamic this is. All right, the goal. See, we already know that we just did slight changes to it. We already know that it'll fly pretty nice at some slow airspeeds. But now I want to find out with this huge unaerodynamic gap, this incredible amounts of drag up front in the nose, what is going to happen if we take this thing supersonic? And I believe with these engines, we definitely have enough power, but is it going to be stable enough? Is everything going to hold together? These are the questions I need answered. Okay, so let's see. We want to control from here. Thank you. We want to chop the parking brakes. Good. All right, Lewis. That's this guy, right? I keep on having to check their names. Lewis, James, Lewis. I suppose one unfortunate side effect of doing this system is you don't have the Kerbal portraits down the bottom. You look at him, you know, he's good. He's a cool dude. You know, he's going to handle it okay. All right, cool. Let's see our. I'm pretty certain it's going to fly okay. Will it do supersonic? This is the question. Trim backwards just a little bit. Slightest amount of pitch backward. Something just broke. Was that my... Oh, that was my engineer. My engineer rubber banded wildly and exploded. We didn't really need it anyway. We're already at 0.7 Mach. Let's throttle back just a bit. Let's climb first before we start getting really nuts with that. I mean, come on. We still have your deadly reentry installed. We have our landing gear out. Alright, yeah, raise that gear, clean up the airplane a little bit. Trim backwards again, just slightly. Good. Well, I don't know. Here, let's try like a near sea level full power run. Find out what happens, huh? Engines take just a second to spool up. I mean, I don't know. See, we have temperature limits for all these parts. I don't know. What do you think the temperature limit is for a Kerbal? Okay, we got a little bit, some pitch instability there. As we're pushing the transonic range, but not getting supersonic down here, you know, almost sea level. And let's just go for a nice gentle climb, I said. Yeah, it's incredibly oversensitive to pitch changes. But yeah, let's just climb up higher. Maybe we'll get to cool our engines down some if we do that. There's our Mach number is increasing. Yeah, very, very sensitive to pitch. Kind of scary sensitive. Lewis is the man, though. He can handle it. Alright, we're technically supersonic at this point. But still really the transonic region where some bad things can and often do happen. It appears that it's going to be okay. Oh, hang on. Just barely. So I wanted to just I took my hand off the stick for just a second, and things are kind of wobbling around. I wanted to check out Lewis's face. Oh, okay, he's appears to not be enjoying it. I take back some of the things I was saying earlier. Okay, yeah, still accelerating. Going through fuel like nothing. Totally failed the opportunity to come up with a witty analogy there. Going through fuel like I don't know, like Mountain Dew through a little kid or something. I don't know. That's probably not so witty as it is just gross. You shouldn't say stuff like that. Yeah, throttle back a little bit. Okay, no, we can afford to do more. You know, honestly, I was expecting more problems with taking this Supersonic. Yeah, he's cold at this point. He's not hot. Well, let's just continue to climb, continue to get fast. Let's turn around a little bit so we're not, you know... Oh, slow, okay. Hang on. I throttle back some, throttle back. F3, did anything break? Yeah, that's our computer flight colliding the surface. That thing is rubber banding all over the place. That was a problem. But one thing I've done in the past to solve that issue was I just went and added the Kerbal Engineer plug-in to all of the stock pods, all the control pods. So I may do that. I think that noise, that was our engines seriously overheating. So let's watch. Oh wow! Well, look at that! Look at that! Okay, yeah, we got up to. Still, our Mach number is increasing. Got some crazy performance out of these things. Intake air rapidly dropping. Chop that throttle. And okay. Oh! Throttle. Okay, hang on. Wait. The airplane started to go dangerously unstable for a second there. Did anything break? No, nothing did, but it was extremely close. Yeah, this isn't a really great design for doing this hypersonic stuff, but I was interested in seeing how this whole assembly up front would hold together, and it's holding together just perfectly well. Okay. So, I'm going to call that part of the experiment a success. Yeah, this is not a good wing configuration for doing hypersonic type stuff. I wonder if I can go land on this little island over here. Think it's smooth enough? So we got over Mach 2.5, I believe. Before we started running into, some extremely high altitudes, before we started running to real issues with the instability caused by my poor wing design for this particular test. But this is something that we definitely have shown that the open cockpit design, that this is viable. See, I was thinking that if we ran into, wanted to test this out, I was thinking that if we ran into really bad problems with controllability at Mach effects, that we might have to end up doing something really weird, like taking the cockpit and putting it in back, even for our rockets when we're going into outer space. We may still end up having to do that, but it looks like putting this in front is okay. We just it's obviously our spaceships, our launch vehicles are they're going to have additional drag. They're going to have to we'll need more delta V out of them in order to compensate for that. But it looks like just putting the open cockpit up in front, it may work out just perfectly fine this way. So I'm going to call this a fairly successful first test. It'll be more successful if we go and land on this island over here. So just chop that throttle entirely. Let's go ahead and stick some landing gear out. Let's get some more drag. See if we can slow this thing down. And I'm going to I want to set it down over here in this island. We're going to make this our first, our alternate landing spots. This is another goal for this series. Is I want to scatter alternate landing sites all over Kerbin. So I want to demonstrate how that works using the Kerbtown plugin. Okay, let's not let it drop to below 100 equivalent airspeed. So very, very sensitive to pitch. Keep our gradual descent going. Let's look. It's actually, maybe this could just be an optical illusion, but this looks a little bit smoother over here. We're slowing again. But it's okay, we can get away with it. Throttle up a little bit. And now we get closer. Yeah, I think it was an optical illusion. This isn't really any smoother here. But let's go ahead and try and land on it anyway. It's just terrain, dude. Oh, wow, that looks like... Now, getting up closer, that looks like a fairly big dip in the ground. Let's not land in that. Where can I land? Maybe try and find like a fairly continuous piece of hill, like land along the top. Oh, what about this over here? Maybe this will be a good spot. Yeah, okay, this looks like it may be more decent. Chop that throttle again. Okay, wow, floats, floats, floats. Come on, you go ahead and set down any old time now. And oops. Okay, so we bump down for just 1 second. Getting entertainingly close to the end of the island over here, guys. I really should have paid attention, figured out what the stall speed for this thing is. I think we've approached it yet. Okay, good. Down, down, down. Brakes, brakes. Pitch forwards, just slightly on the stick. Gentle, gentle on the brakes. Can get more on the brakes now. Good. Set the parking brake. Okay, good, good. Totally successful. Totally successful first flight. I mean, only one part broke off. We hit some instability issues, but we survived. So that was definitely a very, very successful deal right there. Let me see. So I don't want. Here's how I want to do this. I'm actually want my dude to get off the chair, leave the seat. All right, good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, in this particular design, if he leaves the seat, he's still standing on it. He doesn't just eject, go flying off of there like shot out of a cannon. Except now he's stuck. Turn your pack on. Let get you unstuck. Okay. Oh, there he goes. Okay, now just do a good jump out of here. Boom. All right, good. Now he's tough. Kerbals are tough. They can take that stuff. They can take it. Good, man. Yeah, James Lewis. You are our first successful test pilot. We like you. You are a cool Kerbal. Okay, let's recover James Lewis. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to get the actual pilot out of here before trying this, just in case this goes wrong. Let me see, what is it? Shift K or Alt K? Shift K? Alt K? Control K? There, it's Control K. There we go. Okay, so let's do, what is this? I don't remember seeing this. Oh, Kerbal attachment. No, close. Ah, that's right. It probably uses a same key binding runway. Create the runway. Yeah, see, sometimes you do that and the runway ends up kind of colliding into your vehicle. I didn't want to accidentally squish. What's his name? Yeah. Didn't want to squish my pilot. Okay. So now I need to figure out where to put this. Obviously, this runway isn't going to work in its current location. See if we can look. Maybe if I can put it along... Oh, how about along this hill here? See if we do a rotate. Yeah, see, bam, our runway just smashed into the vehicle. Structural failures on inline reaction wheel closed. No, I want to continue working with my runway if I can. Is it not going to let me do that? I mean, the vehicle should still... Yeah, the probe core is still there, right? Is it going to let me... Can I just pull back? Come on, game. Oh, is it not going to let me here? If we try to switch vehicles, what happens? Come on, game. Just I want to set my runway up. It's not going to let me do it. Okay, well I was trying to set up this runway, but that's the plan, is to set these up so that wherever, if I do a landing somewhere out in the middle of Kerbal space somewhere, then I can go and I set a runway so that, you know, subsequent vehicles will actually have some smooth ground to land on. We're having to do this nap of the earth following the terrain, hoping to set it down. As entertaining as it is, you know, some of the later vehicles may not be capable of doing that. Okay. Overall, very successful first flight of this. The next step is we want to actually put a space plane together, an open cockpit space plane, which is an absurd idea that will take off from the runway and get into outer space. But I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to cease recording. Yeah, we'll come back later. We'll end open cockpit space plane coming next. I'll talk to you then. Goodbye.